What's up? This is Wrestling with Love,
your ultimate tag team for all things wrestling.
I'm Lwazi.
And I'm Itsy.
Let's get into it! There's so much to get into today.
Weekend enkulu. Like I said, listen.
What a loaded weekend. Definitely one of the busiest weekends in wrestling ever.
Like the Great American Bash.
Yeet.
We got SNME.
Yeet.
We got Evolution.
Yeet. Let's get into Saturday night's main event.
Okay.
Happening at Atlanta, Georgia, State Farm Arena. Beautiful facility.
My favorite arena, actually.
Oh, yeah, because it's got the Atlanta at the front. You said
and
that.
And it was pink this
I
time.
didn't even notice. Yeah, and then you showed me that. So it's always cool when they have those kind of settings. It had Bad Blood last year.
Yeah.
That was very cool. First match started off with Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton. And I was very surprised by that. I was like, oh, okay, let's go. I was very hyped for this match, but I must say, it surprised me in terms of how it went. I think WWE decided, but it's not so much about the match, but the story we're telling in terms of the SummerSlam match we've got now. So Jelly Roll teaming up with Randy to take on Drew and Logan Paul. What a random pairing, though, I think.
Yazzie, for me, I want to go back to what you were saying when Drew came back. Because the thing is, we've always had the same thing with Drew. So it's like, okay, he's been away now. So with him coming back, like, you actually wanted him to be a face, but keep that, like, the truth teller element to him. But it's like, nothing has changed.
Why is he taking L's?
Like,
I was so mad. You know what? I knew this. As soon as I saw him getting distracted by Jelly Roll, I was like, bro, come on, turn around. One RKO, not even two at least. Man. 1, 2, 3, and it's done.
So there's really like nothing different because, okay, Drew, you have nothing. There's nothing backing you up.
Yeah,
like,
you just take L's. What I also find very interesting is how Logan Paul now just teams up randomly with people. First it was Cena at Money in the Bank. Now it's going to be Drew. Even though they looked good when they walked in the arena with the shades and everything, gave a vibe. But then when they were in the arena again, also Drew kind of was giving bodyguard vibes to me.
And like you, Logan is a company man now. Like he said on SmackDown, he's tired of all these influencers, these people just coming in to their industry. You know,
we built this.
They built this from scratch.
They're here for clout.
And then proceeds to plug his podcast. This guy.
I didn't like how Jelly Roll interrupted him though, because I thought that was a big
with
moment.
The announcement.
But yeah, come on. And then he kind of trashed it as well. But again, maybe they just know Logan Paul is going to get the views regardless. And what do you think of Jelly Roll being in the ring for SummerSlam at such a huge stadium, MetLife Stadium?
It goes back to trauma got Travis Scott. I thought we were going to take a break from the celebrities.
Yeah.
But hey, he's been working. We noticed a change. He's been working out. He's been hitting the gym. And I mean, Triple H also said it in the post-show of Evolution. Kubana, hey man, this guy's really putting in the work. He's actually like wanting to do this. He doesn't complain about being tired or anything like that. So
the fact that he's I think, from what I saw, it feels like he still needs a bit of work, especially his facial expressions. I told you, he always looks like he's sad, but you said maybe it's because of the tattoos, the teardrops or something.
It was actually so heartbreaking when the interruption happened. He's just like,
oh, man. But let's have faith in Triple H because I like that question in the post-show of Evolution because the question basically is like, what makes you decide that these celebs are worthy of being in the ring? So clearly he's shown commitment. He's working hard. Whenever he's got off time from his schedule, he's there in the performance center. So similar to Bad Bunny, because Bad Bunny doesn't look like a buff guy or anything, but he killed it
delivered
on multiple occasions. So let's have faith.
The only time I liked Damian Priest.
Every episode, Damian Priest hates.
He lives in my mind, rent-free. Oh, Damian Priest is in my mind.
And speaking of him, it looks like he's going to have a feud with Aleister Black. I wouldn't be surprised if SummerSlam
I love that moment backstage because it's like, why are you getting Dabazaban? P, who I'm feuding with. Damian is like, oh no, don't worry about it. Just let it go. And then Aleister's like, okay, cool, I'll let it go. comes back. Oh, Damien, one more thing. Loved it.
Yeah.
But before we actually move on from Drew nor Randy, how did you feel about Randy literally taking all those chops from Drew and he's just looking at him dead in the eye?
Yeah, he was no selling it basically.
Essentially, that's what it was giving.
Randy was flexing his new body because we've seen his transformation now. He's so much bigger and more solid. So he's just like, I can take all of this, yeah. But
That was scary.
Also, still another thing about Randy, it feels so weird that he's got a celeb match. You'd think at SummerSlam he's gonna have this major feud. We really also thought maybe he'd still be involved with Cody Rhodes. It hasn't quite happened as yet. I think they're still saving that for a later date.
Yeah.
So
his backstage segment with Jelly Roll right at the beginning of the night, actually, I was just like it was random. It was random for me because I haven't really seen them.
I mean, Randy maybe listens to na 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 liar. The performance on SmackDown killed me. It was like 2 seconds and Logan Paul's trashing everything, coming with the hate, yo. But Jelly Roll, let's see what's gonna happen. No. Does he have to change his name now that he's transformed? Like he's no longer Jelly Roll. He's I don't know.
Literally, like.
But yeah, okay. So that's Drew versus Randy Orton. It was what it was. Yeah, that says it all.
Yeah.
But it's fine. I think let's give the SummerSlam match a chance. And the fact that they went guns blazing because everything started on SmackDown. Next night, Saturday night's main event, it's all official. So they have big plans for whatever that's going to be. So that's fine. Then we had they were like parading people in the crowd. Then we had Jade getting attacked by Naomi. This brawl really got me sold on the match. I loved it. And then Nick Aldis, he comes out. He says, we're going to have a special guest.
I was going to talk to you guys first, but you're out of control.
I like that little tidbit as well because you know how sometimes you see segments in the ring. It's like, in reality, why wouldn't you do this backstage,
No,
so,
but then...
No, but I'm telling Nick Aldis in this case.
I'm bashing him. When was he going to talk to them? Because that's Qitile go SmackDown. Now we're at a whole other event where women are not involved here. When were you going to call Jade no Naomi and tell them?
In the middle of the show, but then remember, things got chaotic because him and Adam Pearce, they were coming down Randy and Jelly Roll. So he didn't have time, you see? So I think Nick Aldis, he did the things there. But I loved it. Bianca comes out. It's like she's going to the Met Gala. Hey, that outfit. We both were like, whoa, okay, hey. So I loved that whole segment. It really got me sold. And it just felt physical.
Yeah.
I loved that. So that was really cool. Then we went on to Jimmy Uso versus Solo Sikoa for the US title. This match, going into it on paper, I was just like, man. I remember I sent you a screenshot even when it got announced on Instagram 3 days before. I was like, why are we doing this? We don't need it. And the thing is, Jacob Fatu is the one who pinned Solo straight after Night of Champions. But now Jimmy Uso gets the title shot.
Yeah. And the thing is, Jimmy wasn't even there to help Solo out. So it's just like...
to help Jacob Fatu out at Night of Champions. Yeah, so why does he deserve the shot? And I really feel there's so much we could do there, but it just felt rushed because, I mean, these guys are literal brothers.
Yeah.
Come on.
And it's so funny because like during their match, I was just thinking back. I don't remember what we were watching. Yeah, Bloodline. But the Usos were literally talking about how Solo was like the favorite because he's the youngest.
Stephanie's places when they were in the boat. Yeah.
So I was just like, for Jimmy, like some of the moments it was giving, it's like, yeah, set it.
Like, he's been waiting. Big brother, big Tim.
Our parents have been defending you, but now Tim now.
Let's touch on that Stephanie's places though. Like that bloodline setup was so nice. Even Jacob Fatu.
They're all living.
They're living the life. Roman is really the head of the table. He set them up nicely because now, even when Roman is not on TV, everyone else can still keep going,
exactly.
And now Solo, he's giving more to the other islands.
Yeah.
12 of the islands, Hawaii, JC Mateo, the Tongans, of course. So yeah, that was really cool. But the
whole family has made it. Like they've
done. Made it. That's generational wealth, actually. So going back to Solo and Jimmy, so going into it, I was like, meh. But the match itself was actually good.
Yeah.
They got me into it. And then Solo won a match. Wow.
But I mean, the way he won via roll-up, and then you have Tala Tonga's leg just helping there. Like, Haibo.
I mean, he's got to use his height.
That's why his Tau.
Yeah, double L. But then also during this match, what I noticed is that because from the get-go, you weren't feeling the MFTs. And I was like, nah, they're cool, Yeah, you were even doing weird gestures. I was just like, why are you doing that? But anyways, like what I really loved was how they set up Ngola Hlobo initially, but then Kengogo, the more I see Tola Tonga, the more I'm just like, he's kind of unconvincing in a way. It's like he's trying to be intimidating.
You're just tall, but like there's nothing really intimidating about you. There's nothing where I'm just like, yeah.
He's not a menace, yeah. So they need to do some work on him. I think he needs to get a bit rougher.
Yeah.
And then also...
Don't like it.
But I can't wait for Tamatonga's return because you even made the observation. Now with the shirts, it's complete. They've got their faces without Tamatonga. So
that's the MFT. And also,
it's the irony because he called Tamatonga the MFT first, but you don't have him in your group. Come on. Yeah.
Also, that name, like, because it's just like when Usolo talks about it, he's like, yeah, my MF teams, but it's just like. So it's my family trees.
Yeah,
like
it kind of doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
but it's a cool name though. There's something about it. It just works. I'm just still so happy they paid it off because I was so worried. I was like, MFTs, like what does it mean? Like literally, even on Twitter, I changed my name and I vowed to myself, I'm not gonna remove this until I know what it is. And a year later, they did it. Yeah. So, but Solo Sikoa at least has got a W. But even then, it felt like they're just giving him a W so that when he loses to Fatu, I think most likely at SummerSlam, then it's like. At least he won one match because he's losing every week.
He's a freak champion. Like,
shots fired. Next match, Saturday night's main event. LA Knight versus Seth freaking Rollins. This really hurts me because, and it's funny, the mixture of emotions I had because everyone knows they saw the previous episode, I think episode 8. I wasn't happy that Seth was Mr. Money in the Bank, but I was like, okay, this is the plan. I'm going to roll with it.
Yeah.
And now he gets injured. And I kept talking about it and I'm like, I'm so sorry, love.
It's shattered, like the whole time.
Because I think the realization that hit me is that, Seth is one of those guys. They even show video packages since he was like 6 years old. He's always been a wrestling fan. He loves this. He grinded in the indies, Ring of Honor, all of that.
Yeah.
Then he was in like FCW. Then the original like NXT. Right at the start, he was the first NXT champion. Worked his way up. And he was always kind of second fiddle to Roman. Finally, now the company is like, we're giving you the ball, bro.
Exactly.
You've won the main event of WrestleMania.
Yeah.
You're the top guy. You've got the Oracle with you. You're Mr. Money in the Bank. And it felt like we're going to go to a big match at SummerSlam. Him versus Punk or Roman. Then a simple moonsault. Next thing.
Yeah.
Knee jams.
And like Nyani, like what you're saying, because he has always been saying, man, I've been overlooked for like too long. I am better than Roman. I'm a better fighter, better everything. But like he's the one that got put on. And like finally now he got the backing. He has Paul Heyman in his corner.
Got his goons,
he's got his
the bronze.
Even though I'm sensing something shady there with the bronze.
With the promo on the Raw before Saturday night's main event, yes.
But it's just like he was finally there, and yes, people weren't buying him being Mr. Money in the Bank yet, but like it was leading to something and it was getting somewhere. But and then Kengoko.
This happens. And Triple H said at the post show of Evolution that they're gonna do MRIs. They'll check what's going on, but it's not looking good. And the thing is, Seth also has a history of knee injuries. He lost his first WWE title. He had to vacate it because of a knee injury. Then I think 2017, feuding with Triple H, he got injured. At least he was able to make Mania, but then even last year, beginning of last year, he got injured. Almost didn't make last year's Mania. So there's something with his knees. And I think it's a similar situation to the likes of Noam Dar. It's like there's just some of those people who always are just injury prone, and it came at the most inopportune time. And you could see, and you shared with me even the video you saw on social media where he was getting carried out and everything. And also, I need people to stop these mean comments. Like you told me about the mean comments on social media. It's one thing, if you're not feeling the whole Seth Rollins group, cool. But let's not. These guys are humans at the end of the day. Like now
they put their bodies
you're crapping on the guy and everything when he puts his body and his soul on the line. And again, Triple H mentioned how dope it was that Seth could have gone home, but he stayed the next day so that he can support Becky. Yeah, that's so nice. That's so cool. So men get caught right, man. I was just like, And it feels like there's a trend now as well of these injuries because Liv a normal move, all of a sudden
Yeah.
getting injured. And even with her, you could see they had plans for her. She was women's tag champ. She was feuding with Nikki Bella and Io Sky, and then poof.
And you were Suniki
gone.
Sandobuya, so it was
Yeah,
just like,
they
looks
wanna
like
give you a
something
big
was
spotlight.
building there, but boom.
Yeah, so I wasn't happy. But at least, LA Knight, I think he picked up a really good W for him. And that's what told me as well, but it's a legitimate injury because it was just a BFT out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then he got the win. And you even mentioned, okay, then he just walked out. He didn't celebrate or anything. So it gave, but it's a real
And
thing.
that wasn't supposed to be the ending.
Yeah,
Also, because it's
yeah.
okay, just hit the move and then.
And I just couldn't believe it because I kept saying to you, nah, he's faking. He's faking.
Yeah, because
he's
when
faking.
he was sitting there, it's like, okay,
He was
he's just
calm.
like, and like just talking to Heyman and like,
Wow.
man.
Yo, no, it's heartbreaking. Yo.
Nah.
But yeah, that was that match. And then main event of Saturday night's main event. Goldberg versus Gunther, World Heavyweight title. Goldberg's last
Yeah.
match. And in his hometown. I must say, initially I was like, I don't know why we're doing this. Especially we sacrificed Jey Uso's title reign for this.
Yeah.
But that final Raw got me into it. When Goldberg slapped the mic off.
Yeah.
I was hyped. And then when the entrance, I was even recording and everything. Like
So
the
you loved
nostalgia.
this match.
Well, I wouldn't say I loved it. I thought it was good.
Okay.
It was a good match because the whole time I was watching with a critical eye, I felt like, okay, because I've seen so many bad Goldberg matches. So I was like, as long as they don't suck, and they
Yeah.
didn't suck. And I think the finish was a bit like, meh. It kind of ended abruptly. But other than that, I thought it was good. I love the spear to Charles Robinson. But yeah, you giving me vibes. You didn't enjoy it.
No, because you know one thing about me. Masingadlali ngexesha. Like, let's get to it. We're here to fight. Let's do it. So it started in the ring when Gunther was taking off the knee brace.
Oh, yes. Hey, wasokola,
you know, it took long, but it's like, okay, it's cool, whatever.
Yeah, you can't help
And
that,
Goldberg is just there, whatever. Aphume ke ngoku uGunther bawuphumela ntoni? I don't know.
He went to go check Goldberg's son.
Has an interaction with Goldberg's son. And I'm just like, you are giving Goldberg literally so much recovery time. What are you doing outside? Go finish this man and get the job done. Now, Gunther gets back in the ring and surprise, spear from Goldberg. Like, what?
Well, I was so scared when he did the jackhammer as well because we'll never forget he nearly killed the Undertaker, which is saying something, the dead man killing him. But yeah, it was a close call, but he did it right, so I was happy about that. I didn't mind the time wasting or whatever. I thought it was fine. But Gunther also mentioned actually in the build-up, I felt he was warning us because even I was saying throughout the match about, okay, it's going to be like 3 minutes or whatever. I don't know what the duration ended up being, but it was longer than a normal
because
Goldberg
of
match.
the time wasting.
No, but we needed to get something out of it, So just soak in the moment.
Gunther.
You wanted to just kill Goldberg.
Gunther's, like, for me, he's starting to frustrate me, like, quite a lot. Dating back to his match with Pat, that should have been an easy one too. Like,
A lot of people do feel like how you feel. Yeah.
And then now you have Goldberg in the ring with you, and you're not capitalizing on the man being down. Yes, he's old, but he asked for it.
Yeah.
He asked to be in the ring.
But come on.
yo.
Oksalayo, Gunther won the
Yeah.
right result. And it was nice, shame. At the end, he gave the whole speech and whatever. It was cut a bit short. I'm sure there's a longer clip on social media, maybe. But yeah, that's the end of Goldberg. Wow. And it felt, I've been hating on
You
Goldberg for
really
years. But... And there's 2 instances where I nearly gave up on wrestling. And I love wrestling so much. And to get me to that brink, Goldberg was the person who got me on that brink, like on 2 occasions. But there was just something about seeing him now and being walked out by his son. And I'm assuming the other people were like these NFL Atlanta people, because Goldberg always had a fascination. He was supposed to be Kwezawe, but things didn't work out for him. But he's bigger. Like his career, he's lasted 28 years, as long as some people have been alive, like no names mentioned. But yeah, it was just nice, and even on social media, I'm seeing even people that I wouldn't necessarily think would speak about wrestling are talking about Goldberg, and they're giving him his flowers. We grew up with this guy, Goldberg, like it's iconic, man. Like so that was nice. I thought as a whole, Saturday night's main event, I think it was the 40th one even. It was really good, solid stuff. Yeah, your overall feels?
No, Shami, it was a good show. And I said this too when what I love about Saturday night's main event is that they're so
it's quick. Yes, the pacing of it. Ads aside, because I think this one more than any others, it was chowing because I always see the complaints and I'm like, it wasn't that bad. But this one, oh man, I think it's because I was just so fatigued because it was such a big weekend. There was a lot going on with my life and everything. It's like, oh my goodness, but it's fine. At the end, a solid show. Then we move over to the next show.
Big boys.
The big girls in this case. Evolution, the second ever all-women's PLE. And it's
amazing.
Very few times does a sequel better the original, but this one did. And I think it's also saying something considering the fact that it had such a short build, just 2 weeks after Night of Champions. There was also Saturday night's main event that could have detracted from it and so many other things. Even a Beyonce concert, they kept playing in the same city.
Beyonce's just across the road.
No, like that proximity.
We can hear the music.
So, Evolution had a lot to live up to, but it really delivered from start to finish. Even Big E was saying on the post show. He said it was the best PLE of the year. I would say Elimination Chamber is still better.
Okay.
But Evolution right up there.
It delivered.
Top two.
Yazi, speaking about the whole putting women on and women have come so far. I thought that even on commentary they were actually gonna have women because we have Beth Phoenix who was on NXT commentary.
Yes, true.
So it's okay. I was expecting to see
have
her
there,
on commentary, even if it's just her and
and
Wade or whatever. But just to see, but I guess for the next one,
maybe they can call up. I know someone, Ati Zagote,
something like that. I've heard of her. I've heard of her.
She can do it all. She's backstage reporter, commentator.
I've heard great things about her too.
But Evolution, So let's start off first match. Women's Intercontinental title, Lyra versus Becky versus Bailey. I think going into it, this was the match with the most story, so everyone was looking forward to it.
Frustrating story. Lyra,
was it frustrating?
Lyra, I was starting to like her.
Yeah, you were turned over and you leave.
Literally, but thing is, she's a menace now.
Why?
Why are you in Bailey's way? Bailey's telling you, but listen, I have this title match with Becky. Just step aside. Let me do my thing. Lo and behold, here comes Lyra. Ungenapi. And my thing is, Bailey had that match in the bag. Literally in the bag. And then that's when Lyra decides to insert herself in and then ends in a DQ.
Bailey doesn't have grounds. Let's start off. Bailey wasn't answering Lyra's calls.
Because
after WrestleMania. Now you come back. Now you want to avenge yourself. Now we must be chomis. Let me do my thing. I'm the one embroiled in this feud. Becky is my countrywoman. We're both from Ireland. We have all this history. Bailey, had it, but your time is up.
Okay, but where's the empathy?
Because empathy and all.
I was supposed to have a match. And righty, I'm still trying to figure out what is going on, why that happened, why this opportunity got taken from me. No, but it's when as my friend, why are you not giving me the space to just really get over all of this? And it's okay, but it's just I need to get my revenge. Yeah.
Okay, let's get into the match. Solid match, I thought. And I loved the psychology of the whole thing that because it's a triple threat, at any given moment, someone's going to interrupt the pin. It kept happening. In the end, Becky gets the W. I think we both wanted that, so I was happy with that.
Prediction.
But the only thing I didn't like was the roll-up, though. And it's the second time now Becky's winning with a roll-up. I wanted something more definitive.
Yeah.
And maybe it's becoming a story, and they want Becky to always have these flukes and whatever. But nah, I wanted a definitive manhandle slam on Lyra because I still want that Bailey-Becky big match at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And I see Lyra aligning with Becky eventually. That's
really?
the vision, yeah. Because
they hate each other so much.
But
how will that...
I think she's going to be she's going to clock the fact that you were right about Bailey.
But Bailey's not the problem.
Bailey's the problem. She doesn't answer calls.
No.
Our texts.
I got attacked.
Okay, we're gonna sidetrack. Let's go back. We're fuming about this. But solid match overall. Becky gets the W, so we both got the first
Oh
W.
yeah, there's predictions. High key, the heartbroken because
TikTok
I
predictions.
would have gotten.
You would have got
6 out of 7.
6 out of 7. Because I was going to say the main event, none of us got that. Yeah,
because let me put it out there, or maybe you should put it out there so that people don't think I'm lying.
No. I can verify you're not lying. You're not a liar.
But with Jade and Naomi, I was supposed to pick Jade, and then I don't know what distracted me.
You just went the wrong direction, and we were just like, nah, we can't redo this thing.
And we were trying something, and the thing is, like, I literally picked up as I was like editing. I'm like, no.
But it made sense to me because you love Naomi as well. So
but
I was
then
like,
but it didn't make sense for Naomi to win.
beat
Like
Jade at that point, sure.
Like you've got your money in the bank. Ooh, Jade, she's angry at you for all these reasons or whatever. So let her get her lick back. You know what I'm saying? So,
okay. But it's okay. It's not all about the prediction. It's all good. I know you would have got it.
You
had to put it out there.
6 out of 7. Oh.
90
Sounds
whatever
amazing.
percent that is.
Sounds
You're the mathematician between the two of us. But sure, that was the first match, IC title. Then we had our second match was the NXT Women's title. It was Jordan Grace challenging JC Jane. And I was very surprised with how things went down because, the night before, Great American Bash, we had JG as well as Blake Monroe.
Yeah.
They teamed up. They defeat JC Jane and Fallon Henley. Even Blake Monroe gets the W. And then, I liked how, Jordan Grace was warming up to Blake with the whole glamour
with the
vibes.
glamour.
And I was like, there's a whole story here. And we were even saying, but they might do a copy and paste because we know Blake Monroe has a history of getting close to the champion and then turning on them. I was like, this is going to be a great long-term story.
I did say to you that I don't like it. This
The
whole
glamour
thing.
thing.
Where Blake Monroe trying to glam up Jordan. Because... like, that's not Jordan. And I feel like it's going to be a distraction. She's going to be focused on the wrong thing.
But that's
as opposed
the point.
to... No!
Because exactly what you're saying. Because the thing is, what would happen is that Blake is getting Jordan so into the glitz and the glamour when she least expects it, turns on her. And then Jordan, to overcome that, she has to go back to her roots. But no, actually, it's okay to be yourself. Not every woman has to be, all those vibes.
We saw how this ended. It was
just
very
fast-tracked
abrupt.
everything. And what doesn't make sense?
What you're saying, it didn't play out.
Yeah. What doesn't make sense for me is the fact that Blake Monroe, literally these people, all fatal influence, they were beating her up, chucked her into the tables. You had a match the previous night. In this match at Evolution, you're beating up these people, but now you're going to help them win and you give them the title. I was like, nah, something's off. I didn't like it. Because now,
it really
even
didn't make sense.
The feud would have been bigger if it was built up over months and was for the title. But now it's just going to be a feud in jail.
And my thing is, Blake Monroe, coming into NXT, JC.
Yeah, now you're helping her.
From the get-go, Jonga, when I'm coming for you, this is the best women's division, and I deserve to be at the top. And then you help her win?
What? I do love it for JC at the same time because commentary keeps saying, but she is, the most beatable champion and she keeps proving she's not. So I can get behind the idea of every time we think JC's going to lose, she somehow finds a way to win. And she can be one of those people. I love stories like that where people that you don't expect to be the top people become the top. Even Becky, I would say, and she always reminds us that Becky was, even Bailey as well, they were never supposed to be the girls, but they just worked so hard and overcame.
I don't think it's going to be long-lived. I think it's going to be very short-lived.
Really?
Because there's already cracks
in the fatal influence.
Because the thing is, they was all supposed to have an interview.
Oh, yeah.
And then JC gave the other two the wrong time. Because it's just like, also, why did you do that? So I feel like now, because she's got the title, she thinks she's better than and she doesn't need these girls. But it's just like, you are the most beatable champ. And you do need them because you didn't win on your own accord. You need to get somebody else's
But JC
help.
made up for it on the post show. She was being interviewed by Kathy Kelly. She had lost her voice and she was like, okay guys,
It's because she didn't have a voice. That's why they could talk.
It was almost like it was edited. Like
literally, because I remember I was, what was I busy with? But I was like, hi,
you were just glamming up and everything. But yeah, JC, I'm behind her as champ. I think she's gonna have a few more months, even though I did think it would be short-lived. I thought Evolution was the time. Because the other thing, I feel like this is hurting Jordan because now it's like the 4th time she's lost a title match. And she hasn't even been on NXT for like more than 7 months. So you're always losing, even though you're the juggernaut and all this stuff. So it makes her look kind of weak to me. And now she's going to be in this feud. I don't think she's going to smell the title anytime soon. Yeah. So we'll have to see what happens there. One thing I love it when the internet is wrong. So everyone was saying when Stephanie got called up and Julia got called up, yeah, Jordan's going to the main roster. Ain't happening. Love it. So yeah.
You like Triple H because now he likes it when like he's unpredictable.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I see people saying this is gonna happen, but no.
Sometimes I like that, sometimes I don't. Yeah.
And then when things don't work out, it's all part of the show.
You liked it, right? Yeah. But fine, NXT Women's title, JC is still the champ. We'll see what happens with Jordan as well as Blake.
Yeah.
Match number 3. I think this match I was really looking forward to, the women's tag team titles, Fatal 4-Way. We had Roxanne and Raquel defending against
Put the
Pain on them. And they walked out with the theme song. I was so happy because I felt Roxanne's song is too happy.
Yeah.
So I do like she's really part of the show. You even said you saw on the Tron, they had their names there. Yeah. I do know you like La Ruga. Please do the thing. Yeah.
No.
Raquel's like, okay, you're not going to do it. Fine.
Premium
content.
Get us to 1,000.
1,000 subscribers. Please, guys. Let's get there. But yeah, so they were, they retained. Yeah, they were defending against Kabuki Warriors. They also took on Zaruka. Yeah, you don't like that name. And then also Charlotte and Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
Every time Alexa walks out, I'm always shocked the reaction she gets. Like, I know people like her, and I like her too, but I don't think I realized how much they like her.
I was even more shocked at the Charlotte chance.
Yeah, we were Charlotte.
I was like,
who would have thought, guys? All you had to do, make sure Charlotte is out of the main event picture for a while, because we always have her there. She just gets automatic matches. Now we love her, you know, and she's enjoying herself, I think.
And I think now, she's starting to be a bit
Loosen
more
up.
hip and more fun.
Even on SmackDown, you saw.
Let's go, Alexa. Oh, Charlotte, you'd be a terrible cheerleader. She's like, what? No. Like, it was like she's being all playful, and like you were seeing that she was trying outside of the ring as well, tracking Raquel to show test.
Oh, yes,
my favorite moment, but like literally, so. Oh, Charlotte, honestly, I like this. And yes, Ucho, Unansiga, Alexa, but no, we're not friends. But come on.
Merch,
like, guys.
It's a thing. And I'm so happy we exercised restraint because I was scared, but they're going to actually give the titles to Charlotte and Alexa.
Yeah.
They didn't for 2 reasons, which I love. The first is Judgment Day has all the gold. So I need them to be a happy family. They must dominate. When we least expect it, Liv Morgan returns. Then also with Charlotte and Alexa, we must do more segments where they're having fun. Then when they eventually beat the Judgment Day, it's going to feel so much bigger because we've waited for this and we've seen the growth in Charlotte and Alexa. So and the match itself also delivered. And I loved the part I loved.
The one that stood out
Soul
for
Snatcher
me.
onto Charlotte was so good. And that was Saul's 3rd match, actually, like in 3 days consecutively.
Like,
so she pulled a Stephanie.
Stephanie.
That was really cool. Yeah, Saul stood out for us. Anyone else in the match that you felt like, you were commenting on the Kabuki Warriors, like how they were screaming so much.
Yeah, but shame. It is what it is there.
Yeah.
Not... I think it was like they are a thing, but it's like we didn't really have much interaction between Oscar and Okari before it was announced again. But okay, they're back now and they're in this
backstage
match.
with Adam Pearce.
I'm saying there wasn't enough. Interaction, like seeing them together, and then it's just like, okay, cool, let's do this.
But I think it's fine because they have so much history, so I don't think we need to do that. Really.
Yeah.
I felt it was okay.
Yeah.
But the match overall was solid.
I did have a fear though, because like we said on the countdown show, they were mentioning Ulev quite a bit.
Yes,
like, is she gonna come and sabotage? Like, please no, because like I kind of need this for Roxanne or Raquel, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy that didn't end up happening, but it's coming.
I love the looks that Raquel gives Roxanne as well. It's kind of just like
young one.
Yeah, she gives those vibes. But she's warming up to Roxanne. I think it's going to be great. I just want to see now when Roxanne, the chicken nuggets, starts really working on Dom even more. I'm marinating, And it's like, because, the ladies can't resist her, man. Like, it's just so suave like that. It's all in the mustache.
I'm done.
But fine. Next match at Evolution was for the WWE Women's title. Tiffany versus Trish. This match, I think going into it, a lot of us weren't keen because the build-up just didn't live up to expectations. It was lackluster.
When you were just softened by the end and realizing again that this is Trish's probably like last match.
What again?
Like literally the end just softened you up. Otherwise.
Why are you doing me dirty like this? The match was solid. I thought Tiffany, what impressed me actually, she did a number of new moves. I think she needs that. She can't just be the athlete. She must actually do technical wrestling moves that are dope. Yeah. So I thought that was cool. Even though she kind of hurt Trish quite a bit. On the post show, I saw Udumbile. She's got bruises on her chin and her cheek. Bleeding a bit. Yeah, a bit. Yeah. So, but nonetheless, I thought it was a good match. It's part of the trade. It's one of those things.
Yeah.
It was a nice moment. I loved it. Just giving Trisha flowers, Yeah, it was just something. It was just something. Yeah, you're just like, okay, must do it quick.
Yeah.
You're good with that match. As fast as it was made is as fast as we leave. I know this for you, this match you were really keen for. Jade Cargill versus Naomi. No holds barred. Bianca is the special guest referee. I'll leave this one to you. Just pour it all out.
No,
from start to
listen.
finish.
But before sitting a match, I will always say this about Jade. Jade needs to stop frustrating me.
Ooh.
She will hit one move and already interacting with the crowd. Like, calm down, man. Like, please hit us some more before you start celebrating. Like, we're not there. The thing is, it doesn't align.
With what's happening in the match.
I make sense. Better guy won. Okay.
Well, Jade guy won.
But like,
I thought this was Jade's best performance.
She needs to stop the performances. Like, I need to see Naomi like dead, like looking like she's dead before you like, now what? Now what?
Okay, sure. Fine.
One hit and you think that's a win, girl.
Whoa. What else though? From Naomi's perspective, I'm sure there was a lot that.
Hi, Naomi. Naomi, I love her. Like I love her, especially that moment where she was trying to take out Jade's eye with the table.
Oh,
and like, can you see?
Yeah, she had the chair and like Oh, I think it might have been the table.
It was the
chair,
table.
or was it the table? Okay, the legs of the table. Yeah. Can you see that? And her laugh always kills me. Like it's like Naomi studied all these movies and like even cartoons.
The Joker.
The Disney. She's like that evil character. The laugh. And just her mannerisms, even her emotions, the video packages, I just kind of picked up how Naomi, she has mastered her character.
Yes.
And I love also how the briefcase, over and above the tape and what's written on it, it glows.
It was glowing.
I was like, oh, that's so lit.
Oh, shame, and she had one shoe that was going through load shedding.
Yeah, you picked that up. I was like, what? Naomi was brilliant. The toolbox that didn't have a lot of tools, there was that. I love the spot where she kicked Jade into the screen that's on the table. It was like, oh damn, it was lit.
Yeah.
Literally.
But
there were a lot of
Bianca
good spots.
Still, where is Bianca in all of this? Because like walking in, Naomi tried to have a moment with Bianca.
Oh yeah, she was
and
like,
then
okay,
Bianca's like,
yeah.
Okay. And then also when Jade eventually won, Bianca's just like,
yeah. I think they're keeping that open-ended. It looks like this felt like the culmination of the Big Three story for now.
Yeah.
So Bianca is going to go off whatever happens with her. Probably still going to take a break. And then we'll see Kengo when they restart the thing. But yeah, there's tension, especially with Bianca and Jade. So I still see that as the dream match that I wanted for WrestleMania 40 already.
Yeah.
I think 42 in Vegas.
Jade versus Naomi. I mean,
Jade versus Bianca. I think that might be a thing. But this match, I think it's up there.
Yeah.
I would say, it's in my top three. I'll give my top three at the end of matches of the weekend. Yeah.
Yours in a top three.
I just came up with it. But yeah, we'll get there. But yeah, anything else from the Jade? Because I know how much you loved it. You were so invested in it.
I was.
And the table spot was good from Jade as well, where she got chucked into it. And then the finish was really good as well.
But for me, I was just impressed by Naomi, honestly.
And so you feel Jade still needs work. Yeah. So, and I really thought, okay, this will be the moment where you're going to give her some flowers. But okay, let's give her more time.
Oops.
Oopsie. Fine, that was that match. Another match you loved, Battle Royal.
Nazo.
The Battle Royal delivered, even though we didn't have surprises. I was very shocked by that. I thought, we'd get...
Triple H did touch on that. Like, this wasn't a Legends thing. It was about the women that we currently have now and putting them on. So, that was a nice...
I wasn't happy with the early eliminations of the culling. Izzy and Tatum got eliminated first 2 seconds. I was like, what? We could have done that to B-Fab and Michin, to be honest. I was like, why them? Like, no offense, but I was like, come on.
And they eliminated Jada, Miss Parker.
Yeah, you were so into her entrance, like her and Lash. Yeah,
I love her.
Their entrance. I thought Kalani, she stood out.
She pulled a coffee.
That was so cool.
Oh, sorry.
The handstand thingy. I was like, that was really
You could see her contemplating there though when she was still standing on the downstairs like.
And I was thinking, what happens? What happens if you don't pull that thing off? You can't retake it. If your feet hit the floor, it's over. It's done. So, but she killed it.
No, she did.
She was really good. Shame. Julia and Stephanie, they tried to have a moment. It didn't give.
Yeah. A bit too late.
Yeah, I think what happened.
That. And Mekuko, too much confusion because they partnered up at first. Then now you guys are against it.
I was going to say they muddled up the whole thing because they were the 2 biggest signings from NXT last year. Then we rushed their match. It shouldn't have been at MSG. It should have been at Stand and Deliver. If you made that match huge, then it would have carried over. That aura would have come to main roster.
Yeah.
But now it's just like, also, why is Julia even in the match? You're the women's US champion. You should be defending your title.
The same frustrations I had with Lyra.
Yeah, with the Rumble and why in those matches?
Yeah.
Especially in an all-women's PLE, how is their title not being defended?
Exactly. Also... This frustrates me because Sambona Stephanie, like, she's very over. But, like, she's still making appearances on NXT and all of that other stuff.
Oh, you were so scared. Yeah, you thought she's being demoted.
But then, iphelele P draft.
Oh, no, the draft is done. Yeah.
No, because the thing is, because, like, that's one of the things that I really look forward to.
Draft,
Like, I really look forward to it draft. And the thing is, just, like, hearing Stephanie, like, at the draft.
Oh, it would have been huge,
It would have been...
Like, I love the draft so much. I remember, even last year, I created my own draft, like, spreadsheets or whatever. Like, that's how into it we get.
Why are they doing me like this?
It's done, Mr.
Dita and Dungbani draft. Now it's just like...
everyone is everywhere. Yeah.
Like, I'm not, like, moved. Because the thing is, Stephanie, like, she's someone that actually, like, makes sense to, like, have been, like,
first round draft pick. Yeah.
Right now, I don't think there's anyone, maybe excluding Lash Legend, I think I would love to see her on main roster.
Yeah. I think Jordan would also... Okay, wait, let me ask this. Are you talking about who would be big or who you'd love to see?
Big.
Or who would be... I think Jordan...
Good draft.
I think Jordan would still be a big announcement if they do the Blake... Oh, Blake herself as well. If they do the Blake-Jordan rivalry right, they will cross over nicely to the main roster. Oh, Jada Parker! Jada Parker will be huge. And I think she's a SmackDown girl. Like, she gives me... She must beat Julia. Yes. She must win the title. And it's crazy. She still has never won a title in NXT.
That's crazy. That's crazy business.
Yeah, they need to fix that, yeah. But the Battle Royal, what I loved also... They did what a Battle Royal or a Royal Rumble should do. Basically, it's not just about the person who wins. The other people need to be made. Yeah. Lash Legend was made in this match. Because it was like a countdown. I was like, wait, Lash is top 4. Wait, Lash is top 2. I was like, what? Oh my.
But you did say it was her hometown, so at least they gave her that. They couldn't give her a win, but at least...
This was as good as a win.
Yeah.
Because... to even survive the likes of Naya and Nikki Bella, because you were actually rooting, because I thought Nikki would win.
Our top 2.
Yeah, I went the safe option. I thought they'd just like, give it to Nikki. But she got eliminated, top 4. So Lash and Stephanie, top 2. And it felt like she might just win. Lash also came, there was a chance there. But then the finish was great. Most unique elimination. The Lash took it well, gets eliminated. It just rolls over.
Nazo.
So Stephanie is number 1 contender. Actually, she's number 2 contender because we've got a contender for SummerSlam.
Yeah.
But I think she'll be huge. Like the French crowd Clash in Paris, they're gonna love her. They're gonna be insane for her. Those reactions. And I wonder how they're gonna do it. I don't know which match she'll get, but we'll see. Yeah, that's the intrigue. I love the after thingy, the interview with Stephanie McMahon, the Stephanies. Stephanie McMahon was like, I just gotta do this, well, she's gotta do a lot these days. Like she was even with Joe Tess, had a bit too many of those segments maybe, but the interview, I liked that, and she tried her Spanish there. And Stephanie, what stood out when she said, "My English is not my first language, but wrestling is my first language." I was like, you've won our hearts now. She kind of has to win at Clash in Paris, so we'll have to see. Yeah, but anyone else from the Battle Royal that stood out? There were so many people. It was like
literally
like stacks of them. I felt
Lola Vice, I think she stayed a bit too long.
Yeah, she stayed too long. But I think it was just to do the hip thing with Nikki Bella. That was it. And then they chucked her out. So her fists don't lie. Anyone else? Ivy now didn't have the showing I thought she would have. Even Jackie Redmond, she was saying she expected more. She thought she might do something big.
Yeah.
But
nope,
so
nothing.
Nothing, yeah.
Competition's tight.
Are we ready for the main event?
Let's go.
Yeah! Yeah, nah. So we had Rhea Ripley challenging Io Sky, Women's World title. Going into this one, I felt, okay, this is just going to be a crowning moment for Rhea. Was I wrong? Boy, was I wrong.
This match gave.
And I think what was very interesting was it was in 3 parts, this match. There was the first part, which I noticed you really loved because you kept commenting on Io Sky's performance.
Yeah.
Like
because I was like, Rhea,
she was getting smashed a lot.
Literally, I was just like, hey, Bo.
Yeah, so Io stood out for you. I noticed that. I loved it, but I was still kind of like in that mode of, but I know where this is going. Rhea's going to win. Then when the ref bump happened, then I was like, wait a minute, where's this going now? I was like, okay, now I don't know who's going to win.
And like what you were saying, like, what's a PLE without a ref bump? Like,
hey, I'm just dropping quotables, that's when the match really got excited.
When they left the ring, got into the crowd, like...
That spot where Io, she stood on the one road case.
No.
In that levels, Lewe. She went to the top one, did the dive. That was a moment, I think they'll replay that for years to come.
Yeah.
That was really cool. I loved the battle in the crowd. So what was also a standout was how, so Rhea does the riptide. The ref is down. The crowd was counting all the way to like 10.
Literally.
I'm thinking, who's going to come out here? I thought Kabuki Warriors would come.
Yeah.
Io will turn heel. That doesn't happen. Then there was the over the moonsault, and this moment got you because you thought, okay, Rhea's done.
It's done.
It was like, and then the ref got in the ring. 1, 2.
Literally, and like I loved how they were showing everyone's reaction in the crowd.
Everyone was you. Everyone was you there. It was like, everyone was shocked. It's like, okay, what's going to happen? Then they go and do the Spanish fly. They do the Spanish fly. And then just before the music hit, I said to you, like, what if Naomi cashes in? That was never a thought. I never thought it would happen. But in that moment...
It's so crazy that we didn't even think of this. And the thing is, it makes so much sense. Like, this is evolution. Like, if Naomi's gonna cash in anyway, this is the place to do it.
Music hits. Yo! And what I loved about this was how it was different in the sense, but she's hurt.
Yeah.
She's all bloodied. She's got the tape on her nose. And she cashes in. And she even waits.
Sorry to do this. Yeah? I don't have her merch.
Okay.
But... I acknowledge you.
Wait, you brought tape! Wait, you stashed tape!
I acknowledge you!
I didn't even know there was tape. What the
hell?
Oh, and you love Naomi. You deserve match. You deserve.
I need to proceed with caution.
Rhea and Io didn't proceed with caution. Like, oh my gosh. And you were so scared as well. You were like, oh, what if she fails to cash in, like, because she hesitated. She was like, finish the announcement. And I'm like, I don't think she needs to finish the announcement. What are the rules of Money in the Bank? Just do the thing, yeah. And then also great commentary from Michael Cole. He mentioned, she's made it a triple threat so she can use the briefcase to hit Io and Rhea and all that stuff. She takes out Rhea. She does her move. And then 1, 2, 3... The elation, everyone went mad. This was the best way to end Evolution. And I was very surprised because I thought what they would do was, okay, this is all about Rhea to cement her as the really the face of the women's division.
but
But they
no.
said Naomi is the last picture you're gonna see. That's so powerful.
Yeah.
I just felt like, this was the best.
Yeah.
And we didn't have the whole, this is how I said Evolution 2 was better than 1. Because at the end of 1, we had a moment, even the main event shouldn't have been the main event. Ronda versus Nikki Bella, then they all came out. And it was, okay, it was like somewhat wholesome, but it was like, all you guys were fighting, and all this stuff. It's like, but this was just like, this is our new woman.
Yeah.
I think she's moving over to Netflix. I think that's the
Nah.
move. Yeah, she's got to be. That's the Raw title, so I think she goes to Raw. She's getting that money. Big Jim. You were asking who Big Jim. No more telling. He's like, it must be wilding. It's like, I'm getting mal. So I love this for Naomi. And then her speech afterwards, the post show, really was cool.
Oh man, I love this for her. Yo.
And you're a day one Naomi fan, and I think I love this for you. Very first episode of Wrestling with Love, you were already booking her. You're like, she must win the Rumble.
Listen.
She must do all these things. Eventually, they listened, and again, it's just justification and validation for Naomi. It's like, okay, the company actually sees her work because her character work is probably one of the best ever. It's like the way she talks, her mannerisms, like the emotion she puts into all those segments she had with Bianca. The little things. Like, Naomi deserves this. And this might be controversial. I don't want to set you off, but this cash-in was so good, I don't mind her not having a long reign. Because what they might do, Naomi versus Stephanie might be a thing at Clash in Paris. I think they might have put Naomi here. I might be wrong.
Where the steel chairs?
Hey, you stash
Where's
things.
the
Booking
tables?
Yeah, hey. But it was so good. This is all I need. Naomi like had her moment. This was the moment. It's even bigger because she's had other title reigns, but this one is engraved in my mind forever now. So yeah, that's how I feel. How do you feel? How you feel? How you feel?
I'm not feeling that.
But the PLE was amazing, and the crowd. Let's talk about Atlanta, because it was tough. They had multiple shows, Great American Bash. They had, Saturday night's main event. Then to really step up for Evolution, I think they felt the sense of occasion.
Yeah.
And then the wrestlers met the
Yeah.
crowd. That was dope for me.
And like, it's so funny because I was saying to you, Kwaku match 2, I was like, "Hi man, basaba enjoy excitement because
you thought they were gonna dip.
Evolution."
Oh, sure, yeah.
But
yeah.
no,
They held it down. And I think in the post-show, they even said this was like the best American crowd because we're so used to now the international crowds are the ones that bring it. But it's great actually because now the Americans must fight for their PLEs.
and you chant also, "This is wrestling."
Oh, yeah, that was
like-
cool. And it was so nice. As Biggie was talking about that, there was actually a sign behind it. It said, "This is," then they scratched out women's, and it's like, "This is wrestling."
Oh,
so it's,
man.
and this actually brings me to another question I wanted to pose to you now. And Triple H, they asked him as well, kind of, on the post-show bar. Because now we're at a stage where the women killed it so much, does Evolution need to be every year, or should it be like every couple of years? Yeah, like
Because
what are your
the
feels?
thing was just to like put women on, but like he's even said when like now everyone's on the same level.
Yeah.
So like why
do we
now
need
do
a special
we need
one?
a
Yeah,
special?
It's like if the women's program is good enough, it'll be the main event of SummerSlam or whatever it is. Yeah. So it's all out just about how do the people perform.
I mean,
essentially.
Big E said, "Can we not wait another 7 years until we do this again?" But honestly, I think it should be like a rare occasion.
Okay.
Type of thing with Evolution.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
because the thing is we don't want to water it down.
Yes, and then
also,
it'll be
it's
like,
like now we're forcing storylines, we're forcing matches.
Even this one, people were saying that this felt forced. At the build-up, all of us were not really
Yeah.
sold on it, but
Yeah.
it really killed in the end. And I'm so happy for them, and it just showed, but guys, invest in us.
That's
and going back to the legends as well, the fact that the legends didn't overstay their welcome, they were just there in drips and drabs. It was essentially just Trish and Nikki who had matches.
Yeah.
There was no Lita. I was so surprised by that. And the legends were just there in the crowd enjoying themselves. I love Jacqueline. She's a great
Yeah, she
talker.
was great.
She had so much energy. I think WWE must use her more often for whatever legendary stuff they have. It was just great. Like, oh, man.
I
Creme de la
know,
creme.
creme de la creme, nyani,
Yeah.
like...
Let's go into I know I'm springing this up on you. I'll go first, yeah. Top 3 matches of the weekend. Ethan Page versus Ricky Saints surprised me in how good it was. Falls count anyway. Especially, I said to you, but, Ricky Saints, he won that gauntlet with Vanity Project. He could have chosen any match. Ambulance match, last man standing, goes falls count anyway. I was like, what? But the match killed. So that stood out for me. I would say, obviously, the main event, Rhea versus Io Sky, is up there. And it's going to be interesting because everyone's talking now, even Big E, they were saying how basically it deserves like the Slammy Awards and whatever. How do you give a match that kind of didn't end? Like it became a triple threat. So I don't know how they're going to do that, but it's up there for match of the year. I'd put it there. Then I would say Jade and Naomi impressed me.
They did.
To the point I would put them at match of the weekend in the top 3.
Because your top 3 is my top 3, but just different order.
Oh, yeah. Well, not necessarily in order for me as well. Just top
really?
3,
Okay, because my number 1, it's Rhea and Io.
Yes, yeah.
My number 2, I would say it's Ethan Page and Ricky Saints, yes. And then my number 3, I would say, was Naomi and Jade.
Sure. Okay, so we agree. Wow. Who would have thought out of all those matches? Yeah.
But Jasper Troy
and Javon Evans.
I feel like...
I think it can be bubbling under, but it can't beat these 3 matches we mentioned. Yeah. Oh, the monster! MOUNSTAR! Monster! Jasper Troy, and Kata's into it because I love that he's getting all these high-profile matches, but he's losing all of them. I don't think a guy that big, like as in physically big, should be losing to Javon. Even the Oba match, I felt... now you're kind of going down, so I think he needs to win the big one somewhere. Yeah. But we'll see what they do. But I love it for LFG. That it makes it feel important. So it's like, okay, when we're watching, it's like, okay, these people are going somewhere. Okay, we just need to fix Tyra May still. She's got to get sorted out. Yeah. But wow, what a weekend.
It really was.
It puts our fandom to the test. Yo, I was a wreck. For most of this, I was just like, I was so tired, but we had to push through.
Did it.
And we did it.
We did it.
For episode 10 of Wrestling with Love. We made it, our first big milestone. Like, wowzers, who would have thought?
Look at us.
Yeah. And since the beginning, Asuka, we got to talk about her as well. Like,
she's been here all along, but
now you're featuring. No, this was great. And again, a quick turnaround. SummerSlam. MetLife. 2 nights. Oh, it's going to be lit. Like, we've already got 2 matches, I'm sure, during the course of the week. Triple H said we're going to go guns blazing. We'll see how all of that sets up. Yeah, that's going to be another tough one. Like, 2 nights actually is a lot for SummerSlam. I'm sure it's going to be loaded, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
We're done. But yeah, guys, that is the end of the episode. Thank you so much for tuning in up until this point. If you haven't done so, please like the episode and also subscribe. And yeah, that's it from the both of us.
We out.
Peace.